So this is a Bastion gameplay that I have that I recently played and I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm not necessarily a Bastion main or the highest rank, I'm Diamond 1 and I peaked Masters, but I'm surrounded by friends who scrim all the time and play semi-professionally, and I wanted to share some of the knowledge that I learned and implemented in this game. It's definitely a much slower start than your average game. We end up getting pretty much rolled for the first 2 points, but I feel a lot of people would just push straight in or over peek the Zenyatta, who's clearly charging volleys and targeting me, or a Ashe going for picks, as she should. So I played the first point very carefully and even continued to do the same on the second, as you'll come to see. I did like to use this window spot to peek quite a lot, and I was peeking an Ashe and she's supposed to win this matchup, but I keep an eye on my health quite a lot in this fight, and if it ever goes below halfway, it's just not worth peeking the Ashe. But the one thing I made sure to track this whole time was the Zen volleys. I am a Zen main on support, so I just sort of time the volleys in my head and stop peeking when I think he's about to shoot them. Like I said, rolled for the first 2 points, but this is where the fun really begins. Right here, I hear the enemy Ashe in a terrible position and I take advantage of it. The enemy supports are positioning themselves quite well behind the pillars, so I'm trying to boop them out of the position with my grenade there, but I missed. I'm constantly trying to use every bit of the map, every high ground possible, using natural cover as well, covering half of my body when I'm shooting because Bastion's so damn fat. And here you hear the slightest audio cue of a Zenyatta volley, so I start peeking. Notice how I'm still shooting the Sigma but not peeking where the Zenyatta can shoot me. Looking back on it now, the one thing bad that I'm doing is moving while shooting. Nobody can hit me anyway, and I can hit my shots perfectly if I just stood still there. I tried to get a cheeky pick, and it's a terrible angle. I get discorded, automatically retreat. And back to the high ground. So here I notice I'm pointlessly shooting at a Sigma that's never going to die unless I go for his supports. And I end up forcing Transcendence because of it. I also do want to note I did get the artillery perk, so I get a 300 over health when I use this perk if I really needed to. So now the enemy tank has gone Diva and the DPS has switched to Soldier. I guess they really don't like the fact that we're on Mauga Bastion. They also switched to Zen, but of course I still need to look out for the Soldier Helixes. I'm just jump shotting my shots here to make my character peek as little as possible, while still only peeking when I shoot the missiles. So you see this team really starts not knowing what to do. There's a Soldier trying to flank to shoot me from behind. There's a Kiri that's TPing into where the Diva is flying. Diva's getting way too overconfident. They're just all over the place here. Just like my aim, apparently. And this is the only time I put forward pressure on, just so they can't touch, because even if I get low health, I've got my perk. Once again, I'm applying pressure to an Ashe, but all the while making sure I have a cover to escape to. At this point, I think it's safe to mention that I am duoed with my Baptiste, which of course helps, as you can see. This is where I begin to throw my 28 KD or whatever it's on at this point, and we just start to have a bit of fun. Like I said, a bit of fun. Never hurts. And we did just lure like 3 of them away from the point, so... They pull a Freya swap here, so I know I can't peek as much again. And yeah, I did unfortunately miss that shot on the Ana. That would have been nice, because she's over peeking and should have been punished for it. So that was that. I'll put the final game report on the screen for you. I know it was nothing too special, but dying that little in a Diamond 1 lobby, for me at least, is impressive because I like to just peek stuff and die a lot. So I think this was a big like learning step for me as well, and I wanted to just save it and share it with other people too. So thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. Thank you.